Well, now we're just shitty white men. Mm-hmm. Straight shitty white men.
Which we really should have thought about that.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the Kane-Universe show.
Hey, how's it? Oh, it's this camera. This camera right here.
In the right corner.
The streets call me Lidocaine.
Let's get ready to...
Hello, and welcome to the Hunter Billy Can't Fight Show. I'm Bill.
And I'm Hunter. And we're back.
It's good to see you guys again. It's been, just a couple weeks?
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that about any long length of time.
Yeah.
It was a few weeks for sure.
Yeah. 20, 10.
Yeah, it might have
counting?
been. It's like 24 weeks, but...
Yeah, we actually had a fan DM us saying like they weren't going to eat until we came back.
That poor guy.
He's dead. He's gone.
Is that on our hands? I don't think so.
His choice.
Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy. You know, we were gone for quite a while. Well, do you want to get into this now, or do you just want to get in the show?
Let's get into the show, and then we'll kind of wind down with the story.
Nice. Sounds good. All right. You got first dibs, right?
That can be our main event.
Okay.
So I actually made a different doc.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go over it. So, as you might have heard in the intro, I said they call me Lidocaine. And that plays into this. Bill, do you remember the WWE wrestler Kane?
Yes. I always think of him when I think of Undertaker. I also think of the movie he was in. The
See
horror
No
movie.
Evil.
See No Evil.
Great movie,
It's
honestly.
good. It's all right.
Honestly, WWE movies were horrible and easily make fun of, you can make fun of all of them for the
Yes,
most
of course.
part. But that one was good.
Yeah, I liked it.
It was just
pretty
it was a good horror
good
movie.
old slasher flick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I got a picture right here of OG Kane.
All right. Hell yeah.
You remember this, right?
I do. Yeah, he was masked, long hair.
Yeah.
The era that I watched the most, though, he was like bald,
Yeah.
tight pants.
Yeah, this was like the 90s.
Okay,
This
cool.
was his debut look.
All right.
So, obviously, I've been taking you to some shows. That's new. Maybe we could talk about that soon. So, like, independent wrestling.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's a new trend going on in independent wrestling.
Oh, no. Okay.
And it's just the tale of... recent Spider-Man movie, Spider-Verse.
Yes.
This is the Spider-Verse of Kanes.
Oh.
People are just making new Kanes.
Okay.
So if you scroll down, we're going to walk into this first one. Blue Kane.
Oh, that's like, okay. That like is just a literal ripoff.
Yeah. So Kane, he was called the devil's favorite demon.
Okay.
His thing was the fire.
All right.
His trademark is when hell froze over. When he comes out, snow falls.
That's a now, like Karens have just kind of taken phrases. That's that when hell freezes over is one of them.
Yeah.
You can the day you make me not use this coupon is the day that hell freezes over. That's like what it took me a minute to find it. But.
So yeah, this one was just like anti-Kane, maybe. Like it was just the opposite, red, blue,
Mr. Negative of Kane.
Yeah, red, blue, fire, ice.
Okay,
they progressively get worse.
Very Trojan of you, but
yeah, they just.
Is that for her pleasure? Is that like the big red chewing gum of condoms? Trojan, fire, and ice.
Yeah, you know.
Okay. Well.
So if you scroll down, we're gonna get into the second progression.
All right.
This one's for more modern. We got Gain. This one's just gay.
Look at him go! Wow.
And I don't mean that disrespectfly. I'm just saying like that. His
that's what
gimmick
it is. It literally
he,
says Gain.
Yeah, his name's Gain.
Hell yeah.
He's just he's living life.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like instead of the finisher being the choke slam, it's just the choke.
Yeah. He's just living life, man.
It looks fabulous, honestly.
Now, the third rendition of this Kane-Universe is the most creative.
All right.
I want you to take a guess real quick of what you think it could be.
I almost saw it because I almost scrolled down.
They're all playing on Kane.
Okay.
So just think of
play on the word, right?
Yeah. So just think of, besides Blue Kane. That's just Blue Kane. But just think something like very childish of a word play on Kane, and you probably got it.
Pain.
No. So also the color scheme has been going. So I'll give you a small hint. Think white.
Okay. Oh, I don't know.
Go ahead and scroll down.
All right. I was going to say, before I scroll down, my guess was going to be, and this is the Kane. Well, we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about what Kanes we would be at the end.
We got cocaine.
Dude, shut up.
So you know how like when every wrestler, you know how when every wrestler like sets up for their finisher, they do something.
Yeah.
He has a bag of white powder that he pours on his face, and then he just starts going bananas.
Oh, fuck. Cocaine.
So now he's wrestling with white powder all over his white gear.
I also love that the hair on this one is like, it's voluminous, like he's been whipping it around a lot. You know what I mean?
Dude, because he's just on it.
Yeah, he's going everywhere. That's very funny.
Dude, I forgot to put the clip in. I wanted to actually put the clip in.
Okay.
But yeah, he literally his debut match, he's wrestling a guy way bigger than him.
Okay.
He's not that big. Like all of them look still like kind of big. He's smaller. Yeah, he takes this white powder, man, and he just choke slams this dude that's way bigger than him.
Shit.
And he's just freaking out.
I would say cocaine to humans is what mushrooms are to Mario. Let's go.
Yeah, he takes it and he's now the biggest man in the room.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, cocaine. Are there any more?
No.
That was it? That was it for
so
that?
far.
Okay.
I honestly think with the trend, we're going to have a part 2 to this.
Damn. Did you have a plan on what your cane would be?
Well, I said lidocaine.
That's very funny. Okay, yeah.
That was
that's the numbing agent, right?
Yeah, maybe I just don't feel pain, and that's my.
Maybe you just don't have any use of your limbs.
Or imagine if my use was I used it on them, and now I'm confused why I can't win.
Exactly. They're like, this guy can just fucking go through anything, dude.
I just get frustrated.
You're like, why do I keep making these guys so powerful?
Or maybe it's more like sadistic. Maybe I give it to them and I put them through this grueling match. And it's my trademark is I want you to feel this tomorrow.
Exactly. I win later. Like you might have won the match, but I won the war.
Yeah, you're gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, "What happened?"
Exactly. When you don't show up next week, that's.
Do you got any?
Yeah, I was gonna be. It's Stain, and it's just Kane with a guitar, and every time we fight, I see somebody, I go, "It's been a while." That's it. I just do that a lot, you know?
I also think there was, I might have messed up. I do actually think there's one more.
Oh, shit. We scroll?
No, I don't have it on here.
Oh, okay.
I think I just forgot it completely. I do think there is a woman wrestler going by Candy Cane.
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
Yeah, that was just a... Yeah, I honestly think I did forget that one.
Mine would be Walking Cane. That would just be an old fucking cane. What if old?
Or what if you were just like somebody's manager and they just used you to walk?
a big flip on it, dude. Yeah, I my favorite, like, not my favorite, because there's something more admirable, I think, about like cool wrestlers or like whatever. But there is a special place for like goofy wrestlers or goofy wrestling moments. And my favorite one that was circulating recently was like, "Oh, wrestling's fake. Explain this." And it's a guy just wrestling a tent.
Dude, there's a wrestler from New Japan. His name's Kota Ibushi.
Okay.
He wrestled just a doll. That was it.
And lost.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
Walking down the street, swag fresh, feeling cool. See a flash on my screen, something new, something dope. Can't fight, show.com, got me roped in a loop. Click, add to cart, this my jam, this my troop. $25 while it ain't even mad. For this masterpiece, top tier hat, red. Stitch looking, snazzy colors popping, got that pizzazz. Eager like a kid, waiting mail, counting every hour pass. Check the mail, dreams unfolding in a package. Open the box, feeling lighter than baggage. Fits just right, I'm the king of the zone. Turn heads, double takes, yeah, you know I'm on.
Well, it's been a while since we promoted the hats. And that's because we haven't been here. So I guess let's dive right into that, Jazz. So it was kind of a mixture of I had a lot of personal stuff going on. You were working on the show a lot.
Yeah, too much.
I had lost some friends. My job randomly disappeared. And yeah, we were just brutally recording a lot. You got some burnout.
Yeah. So like right when we stopped making the show, we had pivoted like our film schedule to be mostly once a month. So a weekend a month, we would film 4 shows and 2 YouTube videos. And so for the YouTube fans, that would be the house tour video. That was our first and only YouTube video, because pretty much what happened was I didn't really think about, so out of the 2 of us, I'm the only one that has a computer. So, in terms of what Hunter can do for the show, it's not much right now. So that means if you see it or you hear it or you like it, odds are I made it. So it's a lot of work, and it's cool because it is rewarding in the sense of, people who have become fans of the show are like, it just looks great or it's very good quality or whatever. And that's a cool thing to wear because I'm like, yeah, that's on my end, that's all me, right? In terms of how it looks and sounds and is presented, right? But it takes both of us to make the show good, right? So I was like, well, if we want to grow this thing, we have to do more than just the podcast. And we were both gung-ho for it, but I didn't do the stupid math of being like, oh, that means I have to edit 6 projects a month instead of 4.
Right.
So I edited that house tour video, and it took alone, that video was 40 hours of editing. And on top of that, I work a full-time job, and editing the show, it's probably 8 hours for an episode, and then an extra 6 to 8 hours for the clips. And then I'm uploading it, and it's we're, managing the Instagram. Everything is it was becoming a lot, and pretty much I was but it's all worth it. It's so fun, and this is the most crybaby reason to get burnt out, but I put all that effort, 40 hours of editing into that video, and I hit post, and I still, to this day, I'm that's probably the funniest thing I've ever made, is the house tour video, and thanks to you being a part of it, but the editing it's bonkers. Editing it was crazy. And it got 11 views. And I was I need to step away from this for a minute. And the weather was getting nicer, and I was feeling some resentment towards the show because I was I work mostly on the computer for a living. So it's I work my 8 to 5, and then I clock out, and then from 5 to 11, I'm editing the shows.
Right.
And so I'm looking outside, and I just see the nice weather and the sun going away, and I was just getting so fucking angry sitting at that seat. And so I reached out to Hunter, and I was I need a break. And I thought it was just going to be a couple weeks or a month, and then I think it's Hunter's stuff added with my newfound freedom and being outside. It's just it got away from us, where we're we should do it 2 weeks from now, and then 2 weeks come up, and it's what about another 2 weeks? And I'll say that was mostly on me, 100%.
And we've talked a lot about it. We missed the show. We want to come back. Capacity-wise, I think we're back.
Yeah, okay.
Hopefully, that's the goal. I know we had kind of talked about the idea of maybe taking this thing full-time again, but let's break it into some seasons.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe we do a mid-season and then end of season.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun goal.
I think that'd be cool.
I think it would be cool, too. I like the way I look at it is maybe a Christmas break and a summer break.
Yeah, something, yeah.
And not long.
No.
But maybe just, cut it up. I like that idea, too, just because I think it would be super cool to come up with maybe a big mid-season show.
Yeah, finales in general.
And then, a finale.
Yeah. I'm with you, yeah. So that might be the goal moving forward. Hunter and I still have to have meetings about it and talk about it. This is honestly only the second time we've brought it up, and it's on recording. So but we both definitely understand that we need to pivot because what we were doing just wasn't. It had no longevity for what we were actually trying to do.
And I'm just happy we're back. I missed you guys.
Yeah,
I did. I think it's fun to be back, and I'm excited for what we're doing, man.
Yeah.
We're going to come back, and I think it's going to just be better. Because I will also say, I think when we did step away, I think that was the first time we got to actually sit back and like watch.
Yes.
We got to rewatch. We got to see things we didn't like, what we did like. And even when we weren't doing the show, whenever we brought up the show, we were kind of voicing those.
Yeah, you know, I'd say the most rewarding thing was like we were out of it for a couple months, and then I went on a like 3 months or so we were on this hiatus, and then I went on a trip, and on the flight I just started watching the clips, like, because I was like, you know, like it felt like a lifetime ago, but it was like, the reality is we launched November 6th of 2023, and so this is like just a little, like our year anniversary would have been a week ago if we didn't take the long break, which kind of is defeating. But the clips, I just revisiting them, I'm with you. Like, I was like, I'd make them and then I'd post them and then I would try to never think about them again. And so there was something so nice about going back and just watching these like minute or minute and a half snippets of what we made. And I was like, God, I'm really proud of it. So I did miss it. There's an interesting aspect that I didn't know, and this is mostly for this next bit is mostly for like creatives or people maybe interested in doing this or whatever. But it's something I didn't really consider. Like when we were deep into doing the show, especially when we were doing it weekly, as in we were recording weekly. Dude, the burnout from the day to day was like brutal in terms of like, I would spend all of like my funny juice on the show, and then I was just a zombie for the 6 other days. Like, I remember like being in the office and people would be like trying to talk to me, and I'm like, I could fucking kill you. I'm like, because they'd be like, yeah, tell us an interesting thing, and I'd be like, I have nothing to fucking say, dude. Like, that was like a weird thing that I hope going into it this time, and why we're discussing possible seasons or things like that, is just to like have a better balance with it. Yeah,
and I like the idea of being able to kind of do what we did in the aspect of like in that off time, like stepping back and actually just watching.
That's a good point. Yeah,
reviewing what do we need to fix? Mm-hmm. What look do we want to go for?
Yeah, for sure.
I really do like that.
Yeah, so I started building like new visuals for the show. For all I know, because most of them were already baked in, like ready to go. This episode might have different looking visuals on it, but it also might not. So, I mean,
don't expect it yet.
Yeah. So, you know, this is a very unfiltered version of whatever the next chapter is, but it's cool, man. I think, firstly, like, we're very passionate about the show. It was really rewarding to have people talking to us about it, even though we hadn't done it for a fucking minute. You know, that was wild. And people just being like, when are you coming back? You know, I was like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, thank you guys for that.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. And I'm sorry that we didn't really answer, but
we just didn't know.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Burnout, going through a loss, a job security. It all just disappeared in the blink of an eye.
And now I wouldn't say we're much better. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Cage, what do you think, man? His dog's right here, I swear.
My dog hates him for some reason.
He does. Whenever I turn around, he just
bites your ankles.
Bites my ankles. It's usually always the Achilles. He's got my Achilles. So, real quick, I'm just gonna go over something funny I had thought about at work.
Oh, okay.
I just want to go over everything we missed.
Oh, because it was a lot.
I'm going to speed race it.
Yeah, speed run it. Yeah,
all right. Diddy, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's right.
Missed all that.
Yeah. Would have been a good episode.
Yeah, dude, the baby oil jokes.
Yeah.
We missed all of it. We could have blew up off of some riffing on Diddy.
Dude, I still... I know you're going to do your rapid thing. I just wanted to say this real quick. Was that I still think about... We had... like, it didn't do as well as I would have thought, but like we got like some good like... nods for how we summarize the Kendrick and the Kendrick beef.
Yeah.
Talking about it's like Drake and J. Cole at a sleepover. People are like, that's actually fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and Diddy was actually having sleepovers.
That's right, dude.
He was having them.
Sick invite, Diddy. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, the people there were getting sick, and that was from the drugs that they didn't know they were consuming.
Dude, real quick, I don't want to get too political by any means, but like, you know, Trump won the presidency, a week ago. right on the night of the election, people were like, Trump fans were saying, just remember the celebrities endorsing Kamala are the same celebrities on P. Diddy's list. And I'm like, but Trump literally is like, we're best friends. Like, he's like, P. Diddy, I love that guy. And they're like, but just remember.
Dude, Vince McMahon, someone found a tweet from Vince, and he had a selfie with Diddy, and it said going to a P. Diddy party tonight, or so like he said going to party with P. Diddy tonight.
Oh shit!
And he was like all excited, and I'm like, oh, not surprising.
Not surprising. Yeah. Okay, continue on your rapid fire. I'm sorry.
All right, so yeah, that I went to SummerSlam. Great seats, great time.
Shout out Cleveland.
Dude, I got to meet all these people, and the people we were sitting by were really cool. It was just such a fun experience.
Hell yeah.
I got to see the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, return.
Nice.
That was really fun. The pop, man. The thing about wrestling, man, like the crowd reactions are just so fun. They're so memorable. Mm-hmm. It's like I would compare it to going to a concert and the artist not singing a word because we're all doing it for him. Like nice. It's like it's got that good feeling to it. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. The Cavs. Undefeated right now. All of you other basketball fans can eat it.
Give this to us. We rarely in Cleveland can talk shit.
Yeah, and we're gonna do it without Bron. The Browns still suck. 2-7.
Hate to see it.
Our quarterback still hasn't played a full season.
Hate to see it, but you're used to seeing it.
Yeah, we expect it. What else we got? You got anything? Come on.
Well, I guess you mentioned LeBron. I mean, he's playing with his son now.
Oh, that's a good one. Bronny's in the league, and he's already shipped to the G League.
Yeah. What is that?
It's like, okay, so you got... bad comparison. Okay.
I was going to say, is it like the captains versus...
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. The
for
Indians,
those who don't know.
Okay, so we got the Cleveland Guardians. My bad, not Indians.
Yeah.
Cleveland Guardians. Mm-hmm. They're the captains.
Yeah.
Are signed, or they're technically the Guardians.
Okay.
They're not good enough to be here.
Yeah.
So they're playing in like the AAA baseball league.
Yes. Okay.
And I think there's even a step up from that.
Oh, like a middle.
So yeah, I could be wrong. I think it goes Guardians, Akron Rubber Ducks, captains. I think.
Wild. So with G League, would that be 2 steps down or 1 step down from the NBA?
It's 1 step down.
Cool. And from the things I'm seeing is that he's crushing it in G League.
Last time I saw his stats from his first game. I haven't looked since then, but he only got 6 points.
Oh, okay. And again, I'm not a sports fan, so like when I'm casually scrolling, for all I know, it could be fake, but I could have swore I saw one where it was like 36 points, like 8 assists, like some crazy shit.
All right, so I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. He's good. He's really good.
But it was like nepotism that got him there in terms of like his dad's LeBron.
No, I wouldn't say it's nepotism.
Really?
Oh, so he just didn't get experience, man. He was really good in high school, but then he only played 1 year in college. And he should have played more because he didn't shine in college. Now, granted, he went into cardiac arrest in college.
Poor guy. That's right. I do remember talking about this.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just think he needed a couple more years. I think that was more of a rush thing to, okay, I got to go so I can play with my dad before he retires. Mm-hmm. I honestly...
Because that's all that LeBron has been saying forever. He's like, I'll retire when I play a season with my son.
Yeah. So, I mean, now we're there. And, I don't know. I think maybe he'll end up getting moved back up. I think he needs time. He just needs time.
Okay.
Jumping from high school, maybe half to 3/4 of a college year because he went into cardiac arrest, to NBA, that's 3 levels of competition so fast.
Yeah, you're right.
So there's that. Oh, there's got to be something more. Let me figure it out.
I know, I'm bad with current events. You know, I was thinking recently about getting into reading the newspaper.
Don't you do that.
I think that's a product of me being 29 now.
Don't do that.
It's tough. It's weird, man.
Don't do that.
Dude, I can't wait till you're here because it's been the weirdest experience I've ever had.
I will never.
Well, I just mean here is in this age because I think you're going to be like, wow, I care about, this is a great example. So on the show forever ago, Remember I was like talking about how this is embarrassing, but up until this year, I thought Colorado was on like our side of the nation. We're in Ohio. So I thought it was like somewhere around the Carolinas. Like 100%. And what that was like my girlfriend, she went on like to a music convention in Colorado. And so I mentioned it to my coworkers. I was like, so, not very far. And they went, that's very far. And I was like, no, it's like just a little south, isn't it? And then my coworker, Jay, he's like, I need you to look at her location and just zoom out. And I was like, all right. And I do it and I go, oh, fuck. By like the 8th zoom, I went, oh. I was like, she's nowhere near me. So I was in this meeting at work. I'm sorry if this is a different wave.
Oh, you're good.
But yeah, I was at work and they were doing like this. It's this big like national meeting. And they show a picture of the United States broken into like the divisions of the company. So it shows each state. And I was looking at it and I was like, wow, like I should really get better at where the states are.
Dude, me and my girlfriend did that. When we first started dating, we got into like a little debate about that. Because she had said something. I'm like, who knows where every state is?
Right.
And she was like, most people. And maybe it was our school system.
Maybe. I don't remember ever learning it.
We did it. I think we did it in like maybe 3rd or 4th grade, but that was the only time we did it.
Yeah.
And that was like around the same time they were teaching us the song just to know the states.
Yeah.
And that was it.
I know. Yeah. So I'm with you, and I was getting dogged like that. People are like, "You don't know where the fucking states are." Oh, do you have something to say?
No, I'll say it after this. I got a story that cooked the story.
Nice. So yeah, I was like, I wonder how I'm going to do. And literally, what it was is it shows a map of the United States, and then it'll say, "Show me Arkansas," and then you click it.
Wait, does it not like say it on there? So
no.
you like it says that, and you just have to.
It's a blank map. Yeah, you just find the state and you click it, and then it says how many clicks did it take for you to guess all 50 states.
Okay.
So it shows me like South Carolina. I was like, nailed it. It shows me Indiana. I was like, nailed it. It says, show me New Hampshire. Out loud, I said, the fuck's New Hampshire?
Wait, you didn't know?
I didn't even know it was a state, my guy. I was cooked, dude. I was fucking cooked, dude. I was like, the fuck is that?
How did you not know?
I don't know. I got fucking beat up for that. But yeah, so now I'm a G with it. I can tell you where any state is now.
Oh, you did your shit.
My goal was, I was like, it was 4 p.m. I was like, by 5 p.m. I will have this whole map memorized. And I do. I can nail it now. But so my coworker, she was like kind of talking shit about it. And same thing that your girlfriend said. She's like, most people know where all the states are, right? So she comes over and I was like, take the quiz. And dude, it took me 85 clicks to find all 50 states. Well, it sucks because we didn't get her clicks because like when she would be choosing a state, she would like
click on it and then switch.
No, she'd be like here, and she'd say it to me, and I'd go no, and then she'd fix it. But I came home, and my girlfriend, she was like, she's always beating me up about the states too, and she's like, can I try? And I was like, sure. 75 clicks. She's like, I guess I'm not much better than you are. And I was like, you damn right you're not. I feel like a lot of people are like, everybody knows. And then you put it in front of them, they're like, I probably don't.
Yeah, I'm okay with like the right side of us.
Interesting. Okay.
Like Maine.
Yeah.
New York.
Okay.
Like all that. Like Indianapolis.
The tiny little conglomerate of states. Yeah.
Yeah, like all that.
Yeah.
That's about it. Oh,
well,
then
yeah.
I can get like the normal like Hawaii on the outside.
Yeah, Alaska,
Texas.
Yeah, the big ones. Yeah,
California.
Makes sense.
Everything else is where you tell me where Arkansas is.
Above Louisiana.
I don't know where. I don't know.
Louisiana's right next to Texas. Oklahoma's right above Texas.
Okay.
Right next to that. I'm a G with it now.
Hey, yeah,
I'm fucking.
I swear. Okay, so I'm gonna slide that into the school system thing because I really blame the schools that we went to.
It's a good point.
It really I never really got taught that very much. Like it wasn't like a hammer point,
right?
And I feel like it should have been.
Probably, you know?
It's just good common knowledge.
I guess. Is it more important than the Pythagorean theorem? Yes.
Yeah.
You know, slope formula.
So I actually remember learning about this, like thinking back, like when it would have happened, and that tied into what would they be called? Your signs.
Okay.
Like that was around the same time for me. They were teaching us our signs.
Like astrology?
Yeah.
They did that in school?
For us, yeah.
Whoa.
Well, because I was young at the time, and for the longest time, like, because they gave us a little, like, chart, and I don't think they were very specific with the dates.
Okay.
They just had the months. Like, this lasts from here to here.
Okay.
So this is when I found out that I thought I was a Cancer.
Okay.
And I was I was young. So at the time, when I found that out, I legitimately got scared.
Oh, hilarious.
I thought I was going down.
That's so funny,
I thought I was going to lose the good fight.
I'm a Virgo. Can you imagine if I was like, fuck? Somebody's like, you want to have sex? I'm like, I can't. The stars say I'm not allowed. That's so funny.
Yeah, I in the entire time, I was a Leo. I think it wasn't until I was a little bit older when someone asked me, like, I'm a Cancer. And they were like, well, when's your birthday? And I said the 31st. They're like, no, you're not. And
Interesting.
I'm like, oh.
Well, because I know, too, and I'm not an astrology girly, but, like, the signs changed at one point. Like, there was a point where they were like, actually, if the date is this to this, you're actually this.
Also, maybe I was a Cancer at the time.
Yeah, now you're like, you know,
Beat
born
that
again.
shit.
You're a born again. The big sick, eat a big dick, dude. I'm a lion now, bitch.
Call me Mufasa.
Oh, that's insane, dude. That's so funny. Well, yeah. So, but yeah, we missed a lot. That's where all that stemmed from, dude. Holy shit, yeah. Should we do a transition?
Oh, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Speaking of beating shit.
Well, here, let me do... That's so funny. Go ahead.
Speaking of beating shit. Tonight's the night.
Is this press conference?
This is press conference.
Sir, why can't these men fight? I'm dying to know.
Welcome to press conference, where the only shit that's going to get beat tonight is probably Jake Paul.
Nice.
I know a lot of people say that these fights are rigged.
It's tough to say. I hate to be in that school of thought, but it's also like, I don't know.
So at first I was like, maybe. But, and then like you actually look at it.
Yeah.
Nate Robinson,
Yeah.
the basketball player, probably lost to Jake Paul.
Yeah, I could believe that.
Ben Askren, not very good.
That one was tough because it was so fast. And he was fine. He was like, I'm good. And the ref's like, it's over. And he goes, okay. He's like, I'll collect the paycheck. I don't give a fuck.
He's a wrestler.
Yeah. But it was like so fast.
Yeah.
It was like, they were like, ding, ding,
Well,
ding. And he was still on his feet. I was like, what are we talking about?
He fell.
I know he fell, but he's like up and he's ready.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, the ref's like, you good? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, you sure? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, the ref does this.
Well, I
was like, what?
Ben Askren is actually, he holds the record for being
the fastest knockout.
Yeah, being knocked out the fastest.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
After that, I think might have been Tyron Woodley.
Right.
And
that one, it looked legit. I will say that.
The first one was a draw.
Okay,
because I went to that. That was at the Q.
Oh shit.
Rocket Mortgage. I'm always calling it the Q.
It's the Romo Fijo now. Way easier to say.
When did that happen?
Yeah, that's what people call it. Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, the Romo Fijo.
Oh, I never heard that.
Doesn't really save you any time, but
no, not at all.
Yeah, it just sounds kind of like some Star Wars thing.
I was like, did I miss something?
Yeah, exactly. I'm a hologram.
Well, because I got to keep the Q, man, in my head, because I always just hear the announcer in the NBA, deep in the Q.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I went to that first fight. It was a draw. Second one, he beat him. Now, everyone says that one was faked because right before he gets knocked out, he's posted up with Jake, and he does this. And turns his hand. I don't really think maybe that I mean that could be true, but he also just could have like I've had boxing gloves on before when I was training.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's just not comfy and you kind of just shake it back.
And there's something to be said too. And also I'll say this, like, I don't think a lot of people in it are that smart, but if you're going to like stage something, like, don't do a visual cue. You know what I mean? That would be 100% be like in the third round at any point.
Right.
It's over.
Right.
You know, if you're gonna do it, you know?
Well, and my thing is, so I feel like a lot of these people I just couldn't see taking a dive. A lot of these guys, like, you got to remember, a lot of these fighters have very big egos.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a bad way. Just like they are confident.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
That dude's the truth.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't think he's dropping for anybody.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Anderson Silva, legend of the game.
Yeah.
He was old, but I don't think he's dropping for anybody. Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I don't think Mike Tyson would drop for Jake Paul.
I don't think so either, but it's tough. It's tough to say.
Maybe if it was like I don't like using the word legitimate boxer because I feel like Jake, I'll give him the credit. I feel like he's a legitimate boxer. And I think like a lot of people are going to argue with that. That's fine. Dude's doing more for boxing than any boxer right now. If your name's not Usyk, Tyson Fury, or Canelo.
Yeah.
He's doing more.
Yeah.
And I'm leaving off a few. Maybe the Haneys and the Tanks, but the Crawfords. But like, I just feel like I don't hear about those fights if it's not Canelo, Tyson Fury, or Usyk.
Yeah.
I don't hear about fights as much as I do Jake.
Yeah.
Now that might just be the promotion for Jake's,
maybe,
but he's bringing a lot of eyes, and I'd call him a legitimate boxer by now. But it just. I don't see some of these people dropping.
Yeah.
And I also don't think a lot of these people need like the money. So it'd be like, what's the reasoning?
Right.
Especially like, why would they drop for somebody who was a Disney star?
Yeah.
I look at like UFC press conferences, boxing press conferences.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of that might be worked up. But I couldn't imagine them like when I hear the way they talk about fighters that are like solidified. I couldn't see him dropping for somebody who came up from YouTube, Disney.
I don't know. It's tough to say though. And I will agree with you. Most of those people I don't see taking a dive, but I also think people can change pretty drastically once they see a figure.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Like I maybe I'm a certain person of who I am, and I'm like, and I will always present myself this way. Like on the podcast, I will always be this version of me. But someone's like, I'll give you 10 million to be terrible. I'll be like, I'm suddenly just going to be a shithead. You know what I mean? I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, and
I guess that's fair. I just like, I feel like, for example, like Mike Tyson has like a weed business and a podcast, and like he's still got income.
I know.
So Mike Tyson might be the most like fightable one for me, where I'm like, why?
It's that's I completely agree with that, because there was a time when he lost all of his money, and he said he was at his all-time happiest was when he had no money, because then he's like, now nobody can take anything from me, you know. I love Mike Tyson, and
I think this is going to be the biggest. I think this is the biggest like income fight of all time,
probably
for boxing. I think
I
think that was already like confirmed. Like they sold out the Cowboy Stadium.
Wow.
And it's on Netflix.
Wow, that's pretty
it's
crazy.
Not even like pay-per-view, it's on Netflix.
That's fucking crazy.
So
actually,
yeah, I mean, and then I know the co-main event, which is like kind of equally the main event, they got like the two best female boxers of all time.
Wow.
We're running it back.
Nice.
Yeah,
shout out the
and
ladies.
Then you ever hear about the show Shameless? Not Shameless. Euphoria.
I have heard of that.
Yeah, one of the kids from that show is boxing now, and he's on it too, I think.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, obviously, Jake's doing a lot of great things for wrestling. I won't shit on that at all. I will say, I don't know, probably from a boxer's perspective, it's probably for better or worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people now are boxing almost as like a gimmick or like a show or like you know what I mean? And that like does take away that this is a dangerous, people have died doing this sport, and you're over here, you know, you win and you flash your tits or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I can see why people would be like, he's done bad things for boxing. But I also will say it's very easy to hate Jake Paul. I will also argue it's harder to hate him now. You know what I mean? I think he's just been cooking in the lab,
Dude,
keeping to himself and then throwing fists every so often.
I hate that I feel this way, and I'm going to expose myself.
Okay.
I'm starting to like not like them because they're horrible people. Maybe Logan's more horrible than Jake at this point.
Right.
But Logan in the WWE is so good.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
and it's just like
very good.
he wins me over on
It's
that
true.
because he's just a perfect pro wrestler.
Well, the thing
Him
is,
as a person sucks.
and you're not alone. Like, because that's the thing about them being famous and making money. There's plenty of people that like these guys. I don't think that automatically makes you shitty. I also will say, almost every mistake that they've made, they have had some level of ramification,
Right.
that they still overcame despite it all. You know. So when I say it's easy to hate Jake, I'm not speaking from a place of like, because I do.
Well, no,
But-
yeah. And then for Jake, now look, fake or not fake, I'll just lay it out. I'm a pro wrestling fan.
Yeah.
So if the fights are fixed, I don't care. It's giving me and the boys a reason to all get together and watch something and just have fun.
Good point.
So I don't really care. But I think what's making me kind of like the Jake fights is I love the idea that I'm going to believe it's real just because that's what they're telling me.
Yeah.
And I don't really care to think deeper into it. I'm just watching it for fun.
Good point.
So I think I've just been liking the cycle of fight announced, everyone saying Jake's going to lose,
Yeah.
and then he wins, and now everyone's saying it's staged.
Yeah, yeah. It is a good formula.
It's just it's been fun to watch, and everybody really cries, and
Yeah.
it's just I've enjoyed it.
I've said, like, there is a genius to basically making yourself very unlikable and then going into a sport where people hope you get hurt.
Yep.
Like, it was a genius move.
And on top of that, he's playing it. He's playing it literally the best he could. In an interview for the Jake and Tyson fight tonight, he said, I used to be very, very upset and bothered when everyone said my fights were rigged. I'm at the point now where I love it and I want it to continue.
Yeah.
I'm beating these people so well to where everyone thinks it has to be fixed.
Right, right.
He said, I am so good that everyone thinks it has to be staged.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, he could just be playing into the fact that it is staged, and that's his combative way of kind of being like, it's not staged. I'm just that good.
It's chess, not checkers.
Yeah. Or it could be the fact that, like, on another note, we could all be wrong. None of these were staged, and he hasn't just beat these people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It is what it is. And tonight, I got Mike Tyson round 1.
To win.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it shortly before we recorded. It really, time is not on Tyson's side for this fight, so it has to be fast.
I feel like he's going to give all he
wins.
can for 3 rounds.
He's gotta.
And then if Jake somehow survives,
Yes.
I think Jake will probably take it.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
But ultimately, like, this is a lose-lose fight. We talked about that when it got announced.
Yeah.
If Jake wins, he beat up a 60-year-old man. If Jake loses, he lost to a 60-year-old man. If Tyson loses, he lost to a YouTuber.
Yeah.
If Tyson wins, he just beat up a YouTuber.
That's a good point, yeah.
I mean, there's literally no win to
I know,
any
man.
scenario. If it's a draw, everyone's gonna say it was rigged.
Dude. Do you I love, like, Mike Tyson lore. And I'll say this, like, I love Mike Tyson lore. He did have a stretch where he was a fucking massive piece of shit and, like, you know, whatever. So I'll get ahead of that before I'm like, we should honor this guy. But do you know why he got into boxing? I love this story. Because there's a million realities where he never became a fighter because this one moment didn't happen. He was when he was a kid, he just loved birds. He was, like, obsessed with birds. He still
I knew
is.
that. Yeah.
Loves birds. And he said there was this really big kid in the neighborhood who came up to him and he's like, "What do you got?" And Mike Tyson was holding one of his pet birds, and this dude just snapped the bird's neck, just took it from him, snapped his neck, just right in front of him, just and walks away. And this kid in the neighborhood says to Mike, he's like, "You can't let him do that, like, because he will just continue. You have to go stand up for yourself." And so Mike Tyson goes and beats his ass at like 9 years old. And he's like, that's when I found out I was pretty good at fighting.
Dude.
But he never wanted to be a fighter.
So
like,
I didn't know that.
Quote unquote. You know what I mean?
But it makes sense. In the press conference for this fight, Jake brought him a dove.
Oh, nice.
Because up until literally the weigh-in yesterday, they were like friendly.
Super friendly. Yeah.
It was all because apparently Jake stepped on his foot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I love Mike. I have seen a lot of very funny moments.
Yes.
Do you know Hasbullah?
Hasbullah, dude. I love that he was on that podcast. Sorry. So for the listeners who aren't aware, Hasbullah is like, he has a disease, right? Where he's like almost 30 years old, I think. And, but he has the appearance of like a
baby,
like a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
And on this podcast, like Mike Tyson did not know he was a grown man. Yes. So he's like cuddling him, kind of kissing him, and pretending to like box him or whatever. Yeah. And then recently he was on a podcast, and finally somebody was like, "Did you know about that?" And he goes, "No, I thought it was a kid." He's like, 100%. I had no idea that was a grown man.
Yeah. And
he was so embarrassed.
Another one, he was just on Impulsive.
Oh, cool.
Dude, no, not just. I think it was actually an old episode, but it got recommended to me because I was watching shit from the fight build up. He was on Impulsive. Dude took a fucking scoop handful of shrooms in one sitting.
Yeah, dude.
And he said that's his normal like amount.
Yeah, he's huge on that shit.
Like he just like a palm full of shrooms in one sitting. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Like Joe Rogan said that Mike Tyson is the only reason he got a bigger table. Like, he's like, like Mike Tyson was on the show, and this is when he was like smoking weed and doing a bunch of shrooms, so he was just like chill. He's like, but then when he was preparing for like his comeback fight, he's like, just the energy was terrifying. He's like, so I requested a bigger table so I don't have to be that close to guests. Which I'm like, I bet, dude. Dude's an animal.
Dude, he's scary.
Dude, my favorite like thing about like Mike Tyson lore is he would cry before every fight. And they asked him, like, why do you cry? And he's like, or no, they didn't ask him. It showed this clip, and it's like his manager or whoever's like, why are you crying? And he goes, he's got kids, man. And it's like, all the comments are like, if your opponent is crying because of what he's about to do to you, like, he's not crying because he's scared. He's like, this guy, I hate what I'm about to do to this guy.
Bro, he is literally the most intimidating man.
Terrible.
Well, okay, maybe not most. I'm putting him with Alex Pereira and I'd say Alex Pereira, John Jones, and Brock Lesnar.
Oh, yeah.
He's just on that list. Oh, and Muhammad Ali, I guess.
Yeah, but Muhammad,
I've only seen like little clips.
Well, Muhammad, he was like, in terms of fighter, he was very... well, even Mike described him beautiful. He was a pretty fighter, you know? And, so like Mike is like, I could never compare myself to Muhammad because he was just graceful. He's like me. He's like he came from posh, like he came from wealth almost, like, and he was just like you could, like he was etched from marble, you know? And he's like, but he's like, I came from filth. I came from the slums. He's like, I wanted to take you where I'm from, you know? Like, he's like, so I can't ever say, but dude, Mike's love for Muhammad Ali is my favorite.
Dude, those videos of him going to like visit Muhammad Ali. Yeah. And he was like, you see this champ?
Yeah, like only refers to him as champ.
Yeah, dude, it was so cute.
Dude, so when...
I just said cute. It was beautiful, man.
It is just beautiful. Yeah.
It's just...
No, I'm with you, dude. I love watching that. And so my favorite, probably like Mike Tyson press moment is... basically Floyd Mayweather like talked shit on Muhammad Ali, saying he's actually not the greatest. Like, I'm the greatest. Like, Muhammad, like, what? Oh, it's interesting to watch a guy dance for fucking 8 rounds and then get knocked out in one hit or like whatever. And that, like, there's this video. It's like Mike Tyson outside of like an event, and it's like a reporter, and they're like, "Did you hear what Floyd Mayweather said about Muhammad?" And he goes, "No, what'd he say?" And they tell him the quote of like Floyd just shitting on him, and you see this just wave of disappointment wash over Mike, and he goes, "What a small, cowardly man." And he says, he goes, "I'll tell you what." He's like, "If he's such a great champion," he's like, why does he need bodyguards when he takes his kids to school?" He's like, "A champ doesn't hide from the people. He's embraced by the people." And he just walks away. I was like, "What the fuck, Mike?" Dude, he's so good at speaking. Like, I was like, it gave me goosebumps, dude. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, dude. That dude said he smoked the venom or the oil of a toad.
Whoa.
Which I guess is like 10 times worse than like acid.
What the fuck?
Or it's just like it or maybe shrooms. It's supposed to be like the top of the top of like hallucinogens.
Okay.
And he said like that's where this idea came from. he was gonna. He said God told him to knock out Jake Paul.
If you're tripping balls and you see Jake Paul, is that a good trip or a bad trip?
I mean, I would only imagine bad if he decided to come out of retirement.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah,
like he saw himself. It was like he got the mission, accepted the mission.
Dude, that's so funny, man.
Yeah, Jake brought him that dove.
Oh yeah,
in the thing.
That's beautiful.
No.
Oh no.
Mike said he was going to feed it to his hawk. Or falcon.
Oh no.
Or something.
I guess he is on to bigger and better things. Like when Mike was at like his peak, it was just like he was always in the news for doing some weird shit. So like, he had a tiger at one point.
I remember that. I remember hearing about it.
And yeah, finally, like years later, after he finally calmed down, because he was at a point where it's like, you can't even like talk to him. He's just so fucking intense. And but years later, he's like now like on fucking weed all the time and shrooms or whatever. Someone finally asked him, like, I think it was Howard Stern. He was like, "How do you go about buying a tiger?" He's like, "Oh, I was in prison and a guy called me. He was like, dude, I can get like anything." And I was like, "Can you get a tiger?" And he's like, "Yeah, I can get a tiger." And that was it. It's like, the fuck is his lore, dude? Like, what the fuck is he doing? He's just doing side quests now. It's crazy.
The fuck yeah,
man.
We're gonna watch this fight, and this is probably gonna come out way after you guys know the winner. But we'll react to it eventually.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, do you think that about wraps it up for the episode back?
Yeah, man.
I didn't mean to rant so long about Mike Tyson.
Oh, no, it was fun. That's why.
Like
wait, hold on. Scroll down.
Oh.
I got one more. So, as we were talking about this fight going on,
okay,
we'll react to it at a later time. We don't know what's going to happen. But tonight, there's going to be a tale of the tape.
Oh, are we getting into the segment?
So, I figure we might as well. We got two of the best out there tonight, and let's see how they stack up.
This is our tale of the tape.
All right, so to end it, I got a question.
Okay.
Scientists would have a field day studying my brain.
Okay.
I think about the most random shit.
All right.
So I have the question for you that I'm curious to what your reaction is, and then I'll tell you mine. Let's just say, well, in this sense, I guess we'll just go with a pill.
Okay.
If you had a pill,
right,
you take this pill, and now you have the ability to time travel. Okay. But every time you time travel, you age faster. Oh. Would you take the pill? Now, I feel like we have to give context of maybe how much you age. Yeah. So maybe, I don't know really what's too much and what's not enough. Yeah. I feel like a year, is that too much?
No, I mean, if you're going to jump time, an impossible thing, I don't think a year, that is a fair, maybe fair trade-off, but it would be hard to say, you know what I mean?
And I'll even make it even to where, let's go, if you take the pill, you time travel. Okay. You can stay there for as long as you want. Yeah. But when you come back, it's a year.
Okay. And I'll say this, too. It should be Sifu rules. So the second time you time travel, it's 2 years. So now it's a total of 3 years older. Third time, it's 3 years, so now it's 6 years older.
I feel like that's too negative.
I know, but I mean, I feel like that's got to be the trade-off, like time travel, and you can go either way, forward or back.
Yeah, but I feel like not now. It's just a negative.
Well, yeah, but I feel like is it? You know, it's tough to say because you could go back in time and then you could take advantage of the stock market one time and now you're rich.
Yeah, but that's gonna lead everybody's answer to be like, yeah, well then I'll just do it once.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's a good point. So then a year is not enough. Because I would go come back and I'm just 30. You know what I mean? That's not a big deal. You know? So you're right. It's got to be. That's tough. Maybe you age twice as fast.
That's what I was saying. Like
Gotcha.
the original one was every time you do it, you start to age faster.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah. No, I like that a lot better. Yeah, but do I then?
Well, because I think about it, then maybe you do it one time.
Yeah.
You come back, you find like maybe one gray in your hair.
And you're like, shit.
Well, and you're just like, oh, shit, that's weird. But then you do it the next time.
Uh-huh.
Now you're getting more grays. Maybe you wake up with a sore back. That's not normal.
Man, that's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. Because other than getting rich, I don't have a reason to go into the past.
See, this is where I'm telling you my brain just works funny.
Yeah.
I want to go to Vine Street. It's just a street near us.
Yeah, cool.
And I want to go back in time and I just want to see what the fuck it looked like. I want to go to the apartment complex I lived in.
Yeah.
And I just want to go back in time and just be like, what was it like here then?
Dude, you're losing years off your life just to have your hands in your pockets and go, oh shit. That's hilarious.
Dude, my grandma told me where Kmart used to be, which is now Walmart.
Yes.
There used to be a drive-in movie theater.
Oh, yeah, okay. Weird. Like right there.
What happened to that?
Yeah,
we
that's
had
pretty crazy.
No fun.
Yeah, man.
Our
That's
basketball hoops didn't even have nets.
Now, you're right. Yeah, I do remember that where Powerhouse Gym is now, that was a Tops way back in the day, which was a supermarket that went out of business. It was like a chain.
When you first said Tops, I was like, the trading cards?
That's very funny. Yeah, no, it was an old supermarket, and we used to go there all the time.
And then it was Value King and
yeah. That's where I was when I got I was accused of stealing jewelry. I was at Value King. They're like, do you have proof of that? I was like, do you have proof of that? That's not my responsibility. I'm innocent till proven guilty, bitch.
Not anymore.
Sucks.
Guilty till proven innocent.
I know, it's very annoying. That's
so
a thing.
Yeah, I'm like I would with these powers, man.
Yeah.
I feel like I would have to I would want to try to fast forward time until the Browns win the Super Bowl. That way I can just
experience it.
Yeah, before I die.
Yeah, well, I think honestly, you would try to jump to there, and it would just be like the Earth is just frozen over, and there's like an opposite looking Kane in the middle of it. Hey, thanks for watching. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's tough because it reminds me of that question that's like, you have infinite money, but there's a snail constantly chasing you, and if it touches you, you die. And you can't entrap the snail. You can only get further away from it. And it never sleeps. It's always coming at you.
That's a really stupid question.
You would think, right?
No, bro. How is a snail getting in your house?
Well, how is a snail not sleeping and going forever? You're fun at parties. Shut the fuck up. How's a snail getting in your... It doesn't have thumbs. It can go through the fucking wall. You know what I mean?
Tell me one time, Bill, you've ever found a snail in your house.
Uh-huh. Well, that's my thing, is it's a fake snail. The point is it's a slow-moving creature, and it's constantly... This bitch really went, well, what about thumbs?
Wait.
I said infinite money. As an infinite, and at no point were you like, but what about the ramifications on the economy?
Okay.
But you want to spend more time talking about the fucking snail
okay.
ability to enter a door?
Are you taking the pill or not?
I'm pissed off now. Just kidding. I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe, yeah, because it's like I'm here for a good time, not a long time, I guess.
Yeah.
But am I going to go back in time just to look at something? I don't think so.
Bro, that's so cap. You're telling me you
right.
wouldn't go like far back just to see what was going on?
I don't know. Probably not. I think it's silly as it is. If I were to go anywhere and just experience what it's like to be there, probably the 90s. I think it'd be cool. I've always wanted to be like an adult in the 90s. I think it'd be a cool vibe.
See, like I would probably do that, but then like you're telling me you've never once thought about what the city you grew up in was like way back when?
No, well, they have pictures everywhere, you know?
That's not enough.
Downtown Willoughby used to be a railroad stop.
That's not enough.
I don't know.
I need to see it. I need to experience it.
I don't know.
I just want to know, like, was this place happy at one point?
Where did we go wrong? Yeah, that's super funny. I don't know. I think the past doesn't, like, especially the far past doesn't interest me too much, just because I'm like, from a culture standpoint, I don't think a lot of those people were like a good hang. You know?
Maybe.
Yeah. I'm out there. I'm just like, I'm trying to see like what the fucking Washington Monument looked like, and I get called a communist, and then I'm locked up just for looking suspicious.
You're telling me you wouldn't go back to maybe like look at the Titanic?
I don't think so.
Huh.
I think I'm learning something about you. You know, they have museums. Just kidding.
It's not enough. I can live it. Funny. I can live it. Bro, I
think there's something so precious about your yearn to just look at things. You're like, I'll lose 40 years if I can just look at the Titanic.
You're telling me you wouldn't go back to see if maybe dinosaurs were like Roman?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that could be cool, I guess. I guess the fear, though, is like, I know you can time travel at any point, right? But my thought is like, that doesn't make you invulnerable to danger. So it's like, I don't know.
It kind of does.
There's a logistics thing there,
No,
I think.
No. Because you can time travel there and back when you want.
Yeah.
I go to the Titanic.
Uh-huh.
I have fun.
Okay.
Second boat starts going down, I'm back. And guess what? Now you might say, well, what about the space-time continuum?
Well, yeah. Well,
these people can't see you.
Uh-huh.
They're all about to go. I know.
You're limited to, like, you can only time travel to right before a tragedy happened. You're like, oh, the Twin Towers, this is pretty cool. Bloop. You're just gone.
Oh, dude, that's the dark one. I don't know if we're gonna make it out of that one unscathed. I need the pill now.
Yeah. Get me out of here. Am I right? Oh my god.
No, that's what bro.
That's so funny that you just like. Do you like museums?
Yeah, I think they're cool.
All right, cool.
Like,
I get bored.
This might sound like the Science Center.
Yeah. That sounds pretty cool.
I always thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty
cool.
Now,
I will say, there was that stretch, I don't know if you knew about that. There was a stretch where I was going through a lot of panic attacks.
Yes.
A lot.
Yeah.
I went to the Science Center, have some fun. They had a museum going on, and it was about, like, life.
Okay.
And, like, I full out, like, had a panic attack in there.
Yeah.
Because they were, like, showing conditions, and they were showing, like, a smoker lungs, this, that. Like, they were showing, like, blind eyes, stuff like that. I went through there, like, thinking I was dead.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I went through there, and the second I came out, I was like, I'm going to die tonight. One of these things is wrong with me right now, and I know it.
It's funny to transition from, I would take a pill that would shorten my life as long as I could see the Titanic. To, I'm going to die of smoker lungs.
No, it was like there was smoker lungs, there was blind eyes, like there was a whole bunch of different stuff.
Shit,
and I went there for a date.
Yeah, wow.
I'm going through there with somebody who's studying medicine, and they're like, "Oh, this is cool," and I'm like, "No, the fuck, it's not.
Yeah.
This is happening to me right now, and we just don't know it yet."
Nothing more thrilling than a man who lost his life.
You're telling me you wouldn't go back in time to maybe like.
You're running, the list you're running through in your head is look at look at. Like, all your list is just looking at shit.
You wouldn't go save JFK?
I don't think so. I don't know. I think also too, there's this stand-up comedian who I thought was so funny. He's like, if I traveled back in time, he's like, I don't think that I would be able to prove to anybody I was from the future. Because he's like, I don't know enough about it. Like, I'd be like, yeah, in the future we have these little computers in our pockets. And they'd go, oh, how? And he'd go, I don't know. I don't know. They're like, how does that work? He's like, satellites. They're like, what's that? And he's like, fuck. I don't know. Just as like an average man, it's a good point.
Oh my God. Did you see that? That reminds me of that trend that was going around. I don't remember the term, but it was a trend where it was like, I want you to like explain something to me as if I was
like a toddler or something.
No, it was like the kind of the English kids. What were those words?
English kids.
Yeah, like a little English girl.
Oh.
There's a name for it.
Victorian?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay. You're looking at me like I'm supposed to take it from here. Like you were the one talking.
All right. You want to go there? Wait, actually, you know what? Speaking of, hold on. Before I move on real quick.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to say this real quick. You wouldn't... Okay.
You're like getting pissed off. You're like, calm down, Hunter. Calm down. Think about the Titanic.
Did you ever play the Assassin's Creed game where you were like in the old English times?
Yeah.
You wouldn't go back and see that?
What, like the Steam era?
Yeah.
Nah. I don't know. It's just bad teeth. Just bad teeth.
Do you find interest in anything?
No. I can tell you where Vermont is.
I can go back to when Vermont started, asshole.
Vermont started. Like as if you walk towards like a ridge and it's just an empty plot. Like there's nothing there. Like, there's going to be land here.
All I'm saying is I'm currently in season 3 of Peaky Blinders, and I'm interested. I'd go back and look.
I don't know. I
want to go bet on the ponies because that was the most exciting thing going on.
Exactly. And, yeah, and you win what, like 10 nickels. You're like, this is the biggest payday I've ever had.
I'm rich there, but I come back and I can't even buy a Coke.
You're right. Yeah, I won this from betting on the ponies. By the way, I'm 10 years older.
You're telling me you wouldn't go back and maybe stop Nickelback?
I think I would go back to stop the world from what they did to Nickelback.
They're really not that bad.
They're great, man.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
You used to hate.
Never made it as a way. I know I bandwagoned hard,
Yeah,
but
did.
now I'm like, dude, what a pussy. Like I was just a coward. Like this fucks. Yeah, dude, that's so funny to think like you come back to our time and you're older than your own mom, and she's like, "What happened?" And you're like, "Oh, I just had to go look at stuff." I just had to. A photo wouldn't have done it for me, or a VR helmet. I just had to see it.
Dude, the fact that you're hating as much as you are is crazy.
I just think that's so funny.
Well, you say look at. You don't know what I'm going to... I'll go on that Titanic and fuck shit up. I'm going to have the funnest time of my life before that shit starts sinking, and then I'll be right back on this couch.
It's so funny, man. You're losing years off your life equipped with 2 things, a pill and a pair of binoculars.
For all you know, I'm riding a pterodactyl.
I guess, yeah, maybe.
You're telling me you wouldn't time travel to see if the moon landing was fake?
Well, I mean, how would we know anyway? You know, there's people, by the way, that was in 1969. Like, that was not like forever ago.
I'm just giving you, like,
I know.
I'm giving you events.
Yeah,
you can go watch for yourself.
I'm fucking sweating, dude. That's so funny. There's people alive that's like, we're there for that. Which is also, I just want to say real quick, the fact that now America is like fascinated with serial killer culture is cool. Like, it is fascinating. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think we should be applauding the movies about like Jeffrey Dahmer, because the victims' families are still very much alive. It was very recent that happened. So it's so funny to be like, starring fucking Sydney fucking Sweeney as Nicole, victim number 1. Meanwhile, Nicole's mom is like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, oh, they cast Zac Efron as the person who killed my daughter. That's cool. You know what I mean? What the fuck? It's so dystopian and weird.
Yeah, you put it like that, and I kind of get it.
Yeah. I'm still just thinking about you just watching shit.
I can go back and watch
the real victim number 1, dude.
Okay.
Fists firmly in my pockets, not disturbing anything. That's so funny, man.
I go, hey, what are you doing?
No. Okay, well, I will say this. There are events probably that would be cool. I think the examples you gave maybe aren't good, but it would be cool to see.
The Titanic isn't good?
I don't know. I don't know if I care.
You know what? This is real recent.
Uh-huh.
I'll time travel to go on that fucking travel to the
submarine?
The submarine, just to see what the fuck was going on.
Well, it was a Mad Catz controller and a dream. I'm just kidding.
But I really got to time that.
And a lot of people farting on each other.
I really got to time that one right.
You got about an eighth of a second. Just kidding. But,
the second I time travel, just
like you caused it. Like that's what happened. It was your pill. Yeah, I was like, man, that thing fucking turned into a can in no time. But yeah, you like watch it like frame by frame. You just see you like disappearing.
You're holding the newspaper that you wish you were reading. You're watching it change like a Back to the Future thing.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I was in a gas station. I go to whenever I have to go in office because I work hybrid. I go to the gas station first and I get like some like snacks and coffee. I really like gas station coffee. I don't know what that is. There's like a nostalgic taste to it. And I was passing by a bunch of these newspapers. I was like, should I buy a newspaper? That's what happened there. And then I walk up to the counter and I usually buy like a muscle milk protein shake. This time I bought a Core Power protein shake, and the cashier, she goes, "Oh, you're mixing it up today." And I was like, "Yeah." And then in my head I was like, "Oh no, I'm a gas station regular. That sucks."
Who now owns a newspaper?
I know.
And
well, actually, I out loud said that. I was like, "Oh no, does that mean I'm a gas station regular?" And she goes, "Yeah, I mean, I guess I recognize that you're in here a lot, so I guess, yeah." And I was like, I just lose like 8 teeth. And she laughed really hard, and I was like, that wasn't that funny.
You know what? The gears are turning while you were speaking.
Okay.
The fact that you're dogging me for not picking cooler events.
Yeah,
but you're debating looking at a newspaper.
Yeah.
Is kind of crazy to me.
Well, you got to know your crowd. You know, this is on you. Yeah, I might time travel to read the newspaper in like... No, I'm just kidding. You imagine I don't go to the events, I just read about it. I'm like, oh, this is like a new newspaper.
You know...
Like, damn, it's like this came right off the press. It's real nice and crisp.
Wait.
I'm sweating, dude.
If I travel back far... If I travel back far enough, can I bring stuff with me?
Well, this is your thing. Yeah, I'd imagine.
I'm asking you now.
Oh, yeah, sure, go ahead.
So if I was to bring things, let's just say I strap up.
Okay.
I'm loaded now.
All right.
I'm going in there with a tactical like equipment.
Okay.
So where tactical equipment isn't a thing.
Right.
Like not as advanced. Let's just say
right. But you got like this Kevlar body armor and
if I go back far enough,
yeah.
And I take as much valuables as I can.
Yeah.
I can come back, sell it all. One trip, I'm in and out.
Yeah.
They'll never catch me.
Right.
And I can even do like the John Mulaney bit where I'm like, I can do the thing where it's like, oh, if they ask who did this, you tell them it was the Jewell family.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
And now I'm rich.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, I think after that, like, okay, you get rich and then it's just kind of over, is it not? Like, because you don't.
Well,
like,
now I have a lot of money to go spend on the Titanic.
You buy the Titanic, but don't change a thing.
No, that's just bad investment.
That's so funny.
What's the thing? The profit The
profit loss.
Yeah. Well, no, there's like a term I was going to use to sound. The return of interest.
Oh yeah,
is really not there on that one. Maybe if I buy the Titanic, fix the problem.
Well, they never knew there was one. And also, there wasn't really a problem. It was just an iceberg. There wasn't a malfunction.
Well, I can fix the iceberg.
I can fix them.
I can knock it down.
It's just a big block of ice. You're with a chisel. And you're like, I've got 13 years.
I didn't bring anything with me this time, and I don't want to age more, so I'm using their tools.
Like, this is going to take a fucking minute. When you could have just told the guy to turn a little left.
I want to go back to see if pirates were real.
Right. Well, I think, they were, right?
How do we know?
That's a good point.
Dude, everything just came from a book.
Well, history was written from the people who won, so,
That's not true.
Well, I mean, it is, but, history's written by the winners. That's why it's like, for the most part, like, it's a popular belief that, like, America and pilgrims were just, like pilgrims and the Native Americans were just best friends.
Wait, hold on.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave that there. I'm not going to sound any more stupid.
Yeah, I mean, like, we're screwed. But, dude, that's so funny. Yeah.
There's got to be more events.
You hit 3 of them and you're like, there's got to be something. That's like us trying to talk about what happened since we left. We're like, there's like 3 things.
I want to go back and just be a pirate for like a day.
Yeah.
Just for a day.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I want to go back and see if Walt Disney actually froze his head.
Well, see, that's the thing is, like, sure, you can time travel, but you need to get access to these places. Like, you know what I mean? Like, time travel back to, I mean, I guess you could just time. Because, like, otherwise that implies, like, oh, I don't need to time travel to go to Area 51, right? Because I would just be inside of it, right? Like, it's not teleportation, it's just time travel, right?
Well, I just, like, I feel like if I can gear up, I can bring enough to make it happen.
That's a good point.
I mean, if I bring enough iPhones and just tossing them out, they're going to be mesmerized.
They're like, whoa.
Where's his head?
Yeah, exactly. And I also wonder, too, with, like, the amount of, like...
What if this goes against the aging thing, because I'm going to be real old by the end of this.
It's true. And all you did was just look at shit.
I'm going to go there, and when they tell me they're not going to let me in, I'm going to show them that I can time travel by showing time traveling a little more forward.
Dude. That's so funny.
I'm going to be like, hey, tomorrow when you wake up, no, that won't work. I was going to say, tomorrow when you wake up, you're going to wake up with a whole bunch of shit drawn on your face. And then I'm going to do that, and they're going to be like, oh, you just broke in.
Right, that's a good point.
I need to do better.
I got to do better. Yeah, well, I guess that's when you could just be like, you're right, you'd be old as shit, but you could just be like, this is what will be on, like, the news tomorrow, like, this is who will win the boxing match, like, whatever.
I mean, I guess that's lamer, but yeah. That would work a lot better.
You're like, this is how the newspaper is going to look.
Here's a picture of me on the Titanic.
Doesn't look like... Oh, well, you can't even say it doesn't look like I've aged a day, because you'd just be significantly younger.
No, not
so they would just think, oh, he was just on the Titanic. That's so stupid, dude. There's something so funny about that, like, because if you age each time you time travel, you're just an older version of yourself showing a photo of the time.
I'll make that one smaller.
Yeah, okay.
I'll make that not smaller. I'll make that one of the first.
Yeah.
So I'm still young.
So you get to keep showing people. That is really funny.
Or I can. This is like one of the corny comments when you get this question.
Yeah.
I'll travel in the future to see if they have an anti-aging thing.
That's a good point. That is a good point, though. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like because like clearly they've made the pill, or somebody's made the pill, or you made the pill. So somebody, in theory, might have come with a solution to that way later. You know, like the cure for cancer and all that shit. Well,
I could just sell the pill.
I guess, yeah. Sell it to some guy who just wants to go look at shit. Yeah. You're like, oh, you ever heard of a museum? You just give it to them. I'm like, that's what I said.
Shut up, Bill. I throw a newspaper at you.
I know.
You're like, ooh.
Oh, that's just some good stories in here. So there's so funny about that. Well, I think that about wraps it up.
Yes, sir.
Well, it feels good to be back.
Yeah, it does.
Signing off, I'm Bill.
And I'm Hunter.
See you next time.
Get out of here, fuckers.
Nice.
I just got them last week. So if you see me in the street, just know these shorts match my briefs. I just got these on sale. I ain't paying retail. And no, the style ain't stale. I didn't get these in the mail. My shorts match my briefs.